buttons have been pushed.
We know how to push your buttons.
We know how to push your buttons because it is Thursday. Once again, it is 3:30 Pacific. It is 6:30 Eastern, depending on what time of the year it is you're watching this video. If you're live here on Twitch or if you're watching an archive on YouTube, we appreciate you either way. It is Beverage Podcast Night. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we have been doing About Beverages for over a decade now, so we know what it's like to
Way
drink
more
a thing
than
or
a
two.
decade.
It's almost a decade and a half now, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yikes.
2009.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Number
Number nine.
Number 9. I have a question for you right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
Is there ever a project that you know you want to do around the house? Like I'm thinking more around the house type thing, and you're like, I need to do this. And you keep talking about it. You keep talking about it with your spouse, your significant other, whatever. Like, we need to do. I'm tired of this closet. I'm tired of this whatever.
Yeah.
We need to get this done. And then in your head, you realize one day when you actually have some time, you're like, actually, this will go much faster if I do this all by myself and no one's around. Because either there's things you know you want to throw away. There's organization. You're like, we don't need to keep some of these things. Like, we just need to make this happen. Like, do you have anything like that?
That I want to do solo secretly?
Not secretly, because I like at some point it's going to be like, hey, look, I did it. And they'll be like, oh my God, this looks great. And they won't even think about all the things that because they'll just know that it looks great.
Well, we need to go through our guest room closet, but that's a two-person. That's a
Especially
two-person
now.
project.
Everything is a two-person project.
Yeah, it is right now. And the guest room closet is could also be known as the Pocket's office closet. Especially during the week, I can't go in there and just start rooting around in the closet.
Rifling around.
Fortunately, it's in front of her screen.
That's true.
So I just have to be very quiet.
Yeah. And it'll see you. Like a little twinge, or something like that.
Yeah.
I had that today. Like I've been talking about our pantry in our kitchen. It's like just stuff's kind of in there. There's there's bags, there's trash bags. There's all. It becomes almost like a junk closet, like a junk for me, which I don't want it to be.
Right.
I want it to be like what it should be, which is this is for the canned goods and this is for this. I like that kind of organization, and it's been that way for a little bit where it's like it's good enough, it's not good. I'm just like, we need to go through. We don't need that. I can tell we don't need that. So finally today, I was like, because yesterday, which would be a whole other story. Our roof was redone yesterday.
I was wondering about that.
So I did not stream yesterday. So I got a bunch of other About Beverages stuff already done and prepared. So then today I had even a little more time. I was like, all right, I should do this. So I got in there and it took literally everything out, soaped, cleaned everything, washed it all down, stood there for a minute as it was completely empty and all nice and clean. I was like, that feels good. And then I was like, all right, what goes back in?
I'm going to leave it this way.
Baker, good evening to you.
Hi, Baker.
I thought about it.
Everything stays out.
But no, I kept like stuff. I was like, okay, I'll ask my son about these. I don't think he needs these. Like there was a bunch of this random water bottle, just like stupid stuff. Like, why is this in here? Threw away some flour that I know had been like old that I had, just cleaned all that, just did all that stuff. Threw away just a bunch of stuff and then organized. I like the top shelf is just like, extra little containers and some things like that. And then one shelf down is like, okay, here's breakfast cereals, here's crackers and things.
Nice.
Here's this. Like I got all that line. Okay, here's all my like balsamic vinegars and some oils and things. Okay, that's
Those
it.
go together.
Here's baking goods kind of go together in one section. So it's like the sugars and the Hershey's like cocoa powder and like all that kind of stuff. So I did all that. And then some Tupperware in another area. And then like, okay, here's when we have our parties, like, okay, here's all these extra plastic forks we have. Here's all these napkins. Have all that to get. Yeah. It looks so nice. I was like,
Feels
this
good.
Went so much faster. Because I'm like, should we keep this? Should we do it? It's like, I don't want to. We don't. Yeah. You don't even know what's in there.
You don't know what's there.
You know what's in there. She'll know after this podcast is up if she ever happens to watch it. But yeah, I did that. And so, and then it was great too, because all the containers that I was like, no one wants these. And when my son came, I was like, do you want these? He's like, no. I'm like, great. And I threw all of them away. I didn't have to keep any of them. I was like, this is fantastic. It felt so good. And then I kept going. There was another cabinet. Then it was our spice cabinet. I was like, I went in there. I was like, we don't need this. We don't need this. This is old. We're gonna. Ooh, nice shelves. Ooh, I can get my other French press now. Actually, up in the cabinet. It's not on the countertop. Ooh, I can get this in the cabinet. Ooh, I can move. Another one like that.
That's a good feeling.
Felt great. Yeah. Now I've got one more closet like that. I'll probably do
that one right there.
No. Oh God, that one does need to be done. That is a nightmare. I don't even like opening that door. That's why there's 2 pictures right up there because I couldn't get those in there. It's a whole like house of cards in there. I don't even know how it doesn't work. Everything is a 2-person project, so the second person can do it. Wow. Yeah, Sushi, that's about right. But we talked about it, and she agreed that we needed to do it. It was just like, sometimes motivation. I was like, I can do it. But yeah, we have a linen closet too that, like, it's ran. It's like, oh, I've got towels here, but then we have this thing. We have light bulbs. Like, everything's not quite as I would like it to be.
It didn't start out that way.
It didn't.
But over time.
And some of it's my fault.
Goes. No,
I take fault on that. But I don't know if you'd had something like that. You're like, if I just do this, I can just get it done. No questions asked. No one will be the wiser. Just and not like you're trying to be sneaky. No. You're not like throwing away prized possessions. It's literally like, there's an open bag of cereal that's old that she hasn't looked at in 6 months. We don't need this in here.
I would like set that to the side and be like,
I don't want it to go back in there.
See, I understand.
I did that with like, again, all those, like, it was literally like 6 or 7 water bottles. And so I was like, these aren't mine. I will keep, like, these are contained. Like, if you want them, then now it's like, okay, well, you do something with them because they're not going back in here.
Yeah.
And thankfully they were all my sons. So that was, he's like, oh no, I'm not using it. I was like, great. And I threw stuff away of mine too. Like, it wasn't like,
you could donate even.
Some of them didn't have lids. Like 2 of them didn't have lids. It was like that kind of scenario. It was like 2 didn't have lids. One of them was like a giant water thing. And again, I was like,
yeah, not worth it.
It was too much. But yeah, the linen closet will be next.
And then you might find that copy of the movie in there.
I found a copy of Sideways.
You found a copy of Sideways
right at the back.
Or the kitchen equivalent of Sideways.
Kitchen equivalent.
Oh my God! I forgot I had.
What is the kitchen equivalent of Sideways?
I forgot I had that Cuisinart in there.
What did I find? I did find something.
I forgot I had another coffee grinder.
I do have 2 coffee grinders. The other one's even older than the one I have. But if you're desperate for one,
mine's still hanging in.
When you leave here, you should go get your coffee. Mom said you just get your coffee.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got to get that. I got to get that.
But yeah, I do have a grinder if you're desperate for one.
I will remember that.
I will remember. I'm trying to think of what would have been the equivalent, because there was something I found in there. I think I kept finding more plastic forks. Like we had like 3 open boxes of forks for parties. And so I put all those together. I'm like, okay, we don't need to get forks next time we have a get together. I don't need. I had a tablecloth in there.
I've got like 2 or 3 random like solo cups with miscellaneous stuff just jammed in there because it's cut. But yeah, I was like, well, I should keep these. Might need these.
I had a box that had 4 straws in it. I was like, well, these can go in a drawer, like the drawer where we keep our, like usually where we put straws. So I put those in there.
Yeah, that's always a good feeling. It's just slowly. Because I know you're familiar with the show Frasier, but I don't know if you've gone through it yet.
I don't know if I finished it. Depends on what season it is.
I can't remember what episode it is, but there's an episode where Niles talks about you start in one place and very, very slowly over time you move from that. And then you wake up one day and you're like, how did this relationship, how did this, whatever, the years of, I can't remember what he was talking about. I think he was talking about a relationship. That it's just such a small increment. You don't realize how you got from here to here. But then all of a sudden one day you're like, whoa, what happened? And that happens with pantries as well.
It went for you took that from a very deep place to like a little bit more superficial, but I like it.
But it applies in many ways.
It's very, very accurate for sure. The little brushes, I did find those. That wasn't like quite a Sideways. I had bought these brushes at some point. We should start drinking something, then I'll talk about my brushes. Featured beverage, the first one of the evening is we've got this right here. We talked about it last week. This is the Mountain Sprecher from Sprecher Brewing. Full disclosure, we are partners with Sprecher Brewing. They send us things from time to time. We talk about how amazing they are because they are pretty amazing. I don't think I've had anything that I didn't like from them yet. It'll happen someday. At some point I will drink something
that we don't like as much or one we don't like.
But still, usually it's like, this is delicious. Maybe it's not for me.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think everything I've had from them has been delicious. So I'm going to open this while we keep talking.
This is sugar water with flavoring. Oh, wait.
Oh, but it's the best honey sugar water you've ever had.
It is the best honey sugar. Yeah, sugar water.
It's been a while since I've been called honey sugar water.
Mount.
So I do like myself some Mountain Dew. I don't know if you're a Mountain Dew fan.
Oh, I like Mountain Dew. This almost looks like from far away, you might quickly think it's a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale that we're about to drink.
Ooh.
From far away.
I love that idea. So, they actually also do beers, which I keep encouraging. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any of those at some point because we can't find them here. Okay. I would like to get some beers sent to us.
Yeah.
Have we had a lot of caffeine today? I had some coffee today. I hadn't had coffee in quite a while. I actually hadn't had coffee probably in several weeks.
Well, because you found your grinders.
I did. I found both my grinders. I ground everything today, and now we're about to have more caffeine here. Both of these that we're having today have caffeine in them. They also sent us the root beer with caffeine. We're not having that one today because, spoiler alert, that one's delicious. We haven't had it before. Not necessarily the caffeine version, but that one is excellent.
With the yellow color.
It's not quite as colored as the what was it, the Green River that we had. That was literally like a melted down Otter Pop. Delicious, but a little bit frightening in its own way. But yeah, it definitely had some caffeine today for sure. But yeah, I found these brushes that I had bought like 6 brushes because I have that water canister that has the AboutBeverages logo and stuff on it, the Yeti thing that you've seen. That straw that's in there, I had wanted little brushes to really get, like I've squirted soap and stuff in there, but I wanted and so I bought them, and like a week after I bought them, I couldn't find them. And at some point, I maybe I did it. I don't think so, but at some point they got put into not in there. They were just in our drawer where we have like we've got like our juicers and like some other little mix like utensils and things. They were just the bag was just in there. I was like, oh, so I found those today and was very excited. So I got to do a full clean on that, which felt nice.
Not quite the kitchen equivalent of Sideways.
No, I was trying to think.
A good find.
I swear there was something in there. The thing I enjoyed doing today is when you find things that go together that like there was my wife had there's a cereal at Costco that she gets. It's like some sort of mountain berry. I don't know what it is. It's a very natural, like all natural cereal, something you'd probably like.
Mount Sprecher.
Yeah. Mountain Sprecher. But she had like a partial bag that was on the countertop. And then when I was going through the cabinet, I found the box that had a new one in it. And then sitting outside, that was like another package. And we have a container where you put cereal in, like a Tupperware container. I was able to combine those two bags.
See?
And so it's now that thing and just the box next to, oh my heart was singing, Chad. It was amazing. It was just, it felt so good. It did feel so good. Space, yeah.
That shirt works on many levels.
It does. It does.
The lemon lime of my youth.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Not as dewy as Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a little more reserved.
I think I actually like it better. I had a Mountain Dew recently, and I lean more usually toward the Code Red. I like the Code Red or the Pitch Black when they did that,
right?
Which they don't really do that one as much. So Sprecher Brewing, if you're listening, if you want to do one of those alternate flavors, please do the grape Mountain Dew.
Mount Sprecher, Dark Side of the Mountain.
Ooh, I like it. Dark Side of the Sprecher. There's something here. We've got it. Just call us. But yeah, no, I think this one's is pretty delicious once again. And I think this one still uses the honey and stuff, which is kind of what they're known for. I could be wrong.
Where does it get its yellow coloring? Probably not from the honey. Oh,
orange juice. Orange juice from concentrate, natural flavor, citric acid, yellow number 5, benzoate.
Oh, it does have yellow number 5.
Well, maybe this one doesn't use. A lot of the ones that they do have, like they use fire brewed honey in there. So I guess this one does not. Maybe the
glucose syrup.
Have that? Glucose syrup. My sugar syrup. Caffeinated.
It's Sweetums. Oh wait, no.
Sweetums. Oh God, yeah. Okay, the next one we're having definitely does have the honey. It has Wisconsin honey in it, which we won't hold it against them that they're from Wisconsin.
And
That's
glucose.
really the only negative thing is Sprecher Brewing.
Yeah, Dr.
Is
Sprecher.
that they're in Wisconsin. It's unfortunate. As long as they're not, maybe they're secretly Bears fans.
Could be.
Again, Sprecher calls. Let us know that you're secretly the right football team favorites.
Displaced Bears fans. Infiltrating
the Wisconsin. We're infiltrating their cheese and bringing it back to the good country. Oh, too funny.
So I have two funny ways of saying a certain action, such as.
I can't wait.
Oh no! I was gonna have you try to guess what the simple thing is.
Oh, okay.
But here's the wordy.
Okay, so you're gonna say the wordy thing.
I'll say the wordy thing,
and I have to guess the simple version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
So, this one I heard yesterday and the one I heard today, and I had to. I'm like, within the last 2 days. Are
these shirt ideas?
Both of these. Possibly, but
we're working on our merch store stuff. We're gonna set a goal of in the next month or so. We're gonna get that's gonna be going.
So. A rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
Does this pertain to beverages at all?
No.
Okay. Rapid. Wait, say it again.
Rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
Rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
I heard this in relation to the most recent space venture from SpaceX.
Oh.
Rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
God, I don't know.
Explosion. That's what they're saying, explosion. That it blew up.
Yeah. It's a long way to say explosion.
Right. Or a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. I thought that was hilarious.
Sounds like a corporate term to say that. Like, right. Oh my God, this thing just blew up here. You mean you had a rapid, unscheduled disassembly?
Okay, so here's another corporate term.
Okay,
that's a good way to say that.
That's probably more.
Let's go that way. A strategic decrease in everyday attendance.
Quiet quitting.
A layoff.
A layoff. Oh, jeez.
A strategic decrease in everyday attendance. I read that this morning.
Wow.
I thought that was funny.
I was telling someone the other day that there's a guy on TikTok that does like corporate stuff sometimes, and he had a video where he's like trying to make up new slang to use in the corporate world. Like where he'll say like, he's like, I don't know if this project's going to get done. The person we're dealing with is a real day owl. And then you'll hear this little like cute, like the more you know music. He'll turn and say, a day owl is someone who's usually not up at night, and then he explains what the slang mean. And they're very funny. Like that's like not one of the funny, but like they're very, and then he had one the other day where he's in a boardroom and he's just like, every part of his sentence is like the most like, we're going to bring this around and we're going to swing this together. We're going to get due diligent, like just throwing all the cliches and just putting it together. And at the very end, like everyone at the table just like shoots confetti and they're like, you did it. It's the perfect presentation. And then he wakes up and everyone's like, what was that pile of garbage you just spit at us? Like, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Rapid
unscheduled
disassembly. That's pretty good.
Strategic decrease in everyday attendance.
That's pretty good too.
Instead of a furlough or a layoff. Yeah.
Strategic decrease. God, that's terrible. That's been something that's written down though too.
Well, and that's what I forgot how the article. I think the article was saying that funny. They weren't like saying that this was the terminology that was used. They said,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or you could say it this way.
That is definitely a yikes for sure. That would be terrible. Oh man.
This reminds me a lot of I know we reference Otter Pops a lot.
Mm.
The lime, the Sir Isaac lime. It's more of that kind of.
It's in there. It's definitely less because I think when we had the Green River, which like I said, they're kind of known for too. Like I said, that one definitely was like the lime, like that lime Otter Pop. Like I said, that was definitely that one. So yeah, I didn't stream yesterday on Twitch. Like I said, we had our roof.
The roof is done.
Taken care of. Roof is done. They seem to do a really good job. So I was really happy with that. But that was, definitely, it went fairly, I don't know. Have you ever actually had someone do it? I know you have done your roof.
We did it. No, never actually had somebody do it because we did ours about 8 years into our last house. And then when we sold our house, that was part of the deal was we had an allowance for that to be done. So yeah, but that was after we left. So
gotcha. But yeah, like I said, it went really well. Like I said, but they start very early and there's stomping and like I said, but overall, like I said, very professional. So yeah, thankfully it is done. It feels good. Like I said, we got pictures and everything. It's like, oh my God, it looks like a whole new roof. Like it looks like literally like I was like, it was expensive, but that feels really good. And then going for us here in Southern Arizona, going into the monsoon season, it's definitely a huge peace of mind because there was stuff that they found up there. They're like, well, here's some hail damage and here's some actually because we had like a very small leak and they actually found on the roof there was a hole. Like a time, like, and it was from like either a piece of like something like went through, and they're like, yeah, that's and where it was. They're like, probably it depended on how the rain was hitting. That then it would like maybe slowly leak in a little bit because it was like I said, wasn't super bad. So, but anyway, that obviously got repaired. But yeah, it's just nuts. You just look at it, it's like everything's just nice and white, just white, and just like all this. It's like, oh, this is going to be nice. So we'll see how it helps the electric bill too. That seemed to be the thing they're like, we can't quantify, but they're like, this should be a lot because what we had on there was what's cap sheet is what they kept telling us. It's basically like this tar shingle, like it's just very cheap, like what was on the roof of our house. So it's just
white all the time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Reflect.
Yeah, many
guessing
multiple coats.
You won't see a lot, but you might. Who knows? That'd be cool if you do stuff like that. I'm always like, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna see, and then I'm like, well, I didn't really.
I mean, like I said, if it reflects as much as it's supposed to, that should help. Like obviously, then the other stuff that plays into it are like, how good are the windows that are in your house, like all that kind of stuff. Like our insulation is really good because we had done some extra when we had this house built. But like I said, the windows are obviously older, so that's kind of depends on how much of that light you have coming in. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see not the bill we're probably about to get in a couple weeks, but in like the next month or two, how does that compare to last year?
I was gonna say then. Yeah, definitely want to look
because we can look
last
year over year, like because they had been getting real bad. Like it had been getting like, oh my God, this is painful.
Now those prices are going up too, but but that's all part of it.
They're always getting things like from our electric company, and they're like, here's where your neighbors are. Here's where you are. It's like, how are my neighbors that much cheaper? like we all
your
about
neighbors
the
are
same
sweating
size
in their house.
Yeah, like really, do they not have air conditioning on them? Well, I would get those even during the winter when we don't even use heat during the winter because it doesn't get that cold in our house. Like maybe a couple times, and they're always like, oh, your bill is still. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I wonder if that guy's getting the same thing. Says, hey, your neighbors.
I feel your buddy. They're trying to trick you into something like, hey, your buddy next door. They're like pitting you against each other, so you start upgrading or something like. I mean, they're always trying to sell like the local like solar stuff and get you into some of those plans and things. But yeah, I was still like, what is going on? This seems pricey.
I saw something that was kind of cool from TEP was offering like if you had your like your tune up and different services done, they would give you like rebates, but you had to use. You had to pick from a list of people that were on there, and our people are not on there, and our guys are great. So,
yeah, that's how I like the people we use for.
So.
Yeah, the people we use for our heating and cooling are great, and so yeah, I would not, unless it was something significant. But
yeah, those are the things that.
Have you ever had a company wash your windows? I mean, I don't know if that's a euphemism or not, but if it's actually a question, I'm just kidding.
We have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a guy that I used to work with at Trader Joe's has his own company. It's just him, and he does it. So, so if you need somebody, yes, I have his name, and yeah,
that's a thing.
Yeah, window. Yeah, we had it done last year. Well, it was bad timing, but we had it.
Was
done.
It right before the monsoons?
Well, no, it was right before we had our house painted. And they pressure washed the house afterward.
Oh no!
So, but we had him do the inside and the outside. And he did a great job. The price was very reasonable. And then
is that like, did they take off the screen? Like,
yeah,
he takes
off the
that's
screens,
probably nice.
Does a bit, yeah. No, he does a really thorough job.
He's got all the squeegee apparatuses.
He's
and
got it all.
Ready to go.
Yes, he's all set. And so yeah, so we had him do the inside and the out, and then we had the house painted, and we were like, well, that wasn't very smart of us.
So our order of operation.
We didn't really, we just didn't process it that way. So we had him come back out and just do the outside then. So
when you fumble your order of operations,
but then all of a sudden they're dirty again. So, but it's one of those things you can probably have them do it regularly. So, but those kinds of things like the roof, or like a month or so ago, we got a new water heater put in. Those aren't like, they're not fun things, but they're things you have to do. And especially
the water,
you need them. You want them.
Yeah.
You want to have,
you want
both
hot
of those.
Water. I want a roof covering. We are, that's the next thing. Like I said, it hasn't, knock on wood, hasn't happened, but that's our next thing we're saving up for. Just knowing that like, well, at some point the water heaters crap out. And we've debated like, actually like, well, if we get to the point where we look at it and we have enough, do we just do it before it actually happens? Cause it's been 20 years.
See, that's the fact that you got, back to the Denny Williams.
Oh my God, not again.
But it's our last house, we had ours for 14 years and there wasn't a problem with it. And this year, this house, we have a lot more water or mineral deposits. So we had a lot of the crackling, and it was still working, but we thought, well, we'd rather be ahead of it than behind it. So,
well, and that's kind of where I am too. Like schedule it, if you've got the funds to do it, schedule it before something happens. So then it's not like you're, oh God, they're not getting hard for a week and we don't have hot water. You're just like, oh, when that happens in a week, we'll just have to deal with it.
Do you drain yours every year? Or
I have never drained.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I
know how to do it now. Remember, I think I told the story about when we actually had to have a repair done in our bathroom because the cartridge inside the wall had gone, and I couldn't get that fixed myself. I could not get that out of there for the life of me, and I didn't want to break anything in case it was going to make it worse. When that guy was out, I think I offhandedly said like, oh, do you do other services? Like even though I was a plumber, I was just kind of like making like, oh yeah. I was like, well, I've never had my water heater. Or I should say, do you guys do water heater draining? Because I have not. And they're like, oh, how long has it been since you've done it? I said, I've never done it. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, that's
they basically like at a certain point, it's like you should leave it the way it is, and just whenever it goes, it goes.
Yeah,
I know it's not too bad. Wish that Arizona Power was deregulated and that you had a choice. Yeah, that is definitely a problem around. Like I said, here is that we do not have any kind of an option when it comes to that.
Once it gets past a certain period of time, the plumbers won't do it because
they do that and the sediment goes in the wrong spot and then it goes through your house, and it's like at that point it's like whenever it's gone, it's like just let it go.
But if that comes to that, I Actually, it's the same guys that do our air conditioner. Also, they don't advertise it on their site, but they do water heaters as well.
Oh, okay.
And I got a price from them and a price from one other. I didn't do a ton of pricing, but their price was so much better.
Okay.
And they did a great job. And
they did hang the water heater upside down, and the pipes were to the left and not to the right.
So
they did a good job, though.
Yes,
you were happy with it.
we're very happy with them.
All right,
so
and I'll
if you need
definitely
that,
give me their number for sure, because that's one of the next things we're talking about. Besides that, I think our next thing, like we've talked about how we're scheduling all these appointments, like getting all these things done in a point. Like I think our next thing is middle of next month. I can still say next month because it's not June just yet. Like I said, that's when they're coming out to look at trimming the tree a little bit more again and trimming that back, like trying to get all that stuff in. Are we supposed to maybe get some rain? Have I heard talk of rain or something like that?
It's supposed to cool off a little bit, but I don't know if it's rain or not.
Hope not. I don't miss taking care of a house. It's one of those things. It's like, it's, with anything, there's good and bad to it. Like I said, you can do anything you want in here as you own, you own it, whatever else. But yes, then there's the maintenance side of it and stuff too. And even though we're, close to our neighbors, like it's nice. Like I'm, being in a dwelling, like I'm glad it's not like a townhouse or an apartment or something like that. I mean, I've lived in all those kinds of, well, not a townhouse, but apartments and stuff. I've lived in all those places, so I know what that's like. But so yeah, it's like you take the good with the bad.
Have you had this one yet?
I have.
Okay.
This is the on to the next beverage. This is the Dr. Sprecher, which I'm guessing they're referencing Dr. Pepper. Shockingly, I think they're going with that. We actually last week it was the Liquid Death. Remember we had the Dr. Death. Which they were going for that as well. This one is made with Wisconsin honey, the usual
sodium benzoate, phosphoric acid.
Yeah,
all the good things.
The usual stuff. The usual stuff that makes things delicious. For God's sakes, it's just good. It's usually what happens. What do you think of the aroma?
This is very amaretto, cherry, and like cream soda, French vanilla. I get that.
It seems like that's what they lean into when it's not an actual Dr. Pepper. It seems like that's what the recipes lean more toward. Like I said, whether it's the Liquid Death or I'm trying to think of the other one. I've had another one recently that was a Dr. Pepper riff or something like that. And it always seems to lean more toward, like you just said, the cherry or amaretto. This is the first one I'm getting, and that's probably because of the honey. You're getting that kind of cream soda note in there, which I do like and is distinctive.
Yeah, it's good. It's in that ballpark of Dr. Pepper, which is, I'm sure, what they're going for. It's a little brighter, actually. I like it.
I think
I love Dr. Pepper. That's if I have to pick a favorite soda, that and just good old Coke are probably my favorites. But
I agree. Yeah, I think those are my two favorites as well. But yeah, I like that. It is different, so it's not like you're gonna say this is exactly like you would never say that. Yeah, but I like the little cherry in here, the little extra added brightness that's there. I think is
I like that a lot.
Mr. Pibb.
Might be. Yes, of course.
Well, I haven't had a Mr. Pibb in forever, Carnage. After I got a new one, my neighbor drained mine on a regular basis. His son actually was the one who oh, that's right. I remember that, Baker. That's true.
The good old physicist. The physicist.
Oh, the physicist was one of the closest ones ever to actually taste like Dr. Pepper. It was like Kroger's like knockoff brand of stuff, but they were all
real sugar,
like real sugar and stuff in there. Yeah, those, but they don't make those.
But I believe they don't make
any of those
it
anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think you took the last one from our brother's house, didn't you? He had like randomly had one or something like. You're like, and he was like, you can.
No, I gave it to him.
Oh, was it the other way? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I actually think I still have maybe a cream soda or something still sitting down there. You know how long soda lasts in my house, so
I know you have them on pans that they leak.
So if they leak, then at least they go on that.
I've
learned my lesson.
Can't remember the last time I had a Mr. Pibb. Carnage, is that your go-to? Are you a Mr. Pibb kind of fellow? But yeah, that one's just really, really good. I don't think they do these in cans yet. I don't know if that's probably a popularity thing. I would love it if they would throw these into cans because that would probably ship a little bit better for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice when you can find these when you're out and about. What a coincidence. I used to have an ex-girlfriend who used to drain mine on a semi-regular basis. I should call her.
Oh my goodness.
Guardian down. Good to see you. Barely drink sodas these days. Admittedly, I am a fan of Squirt or grapefruit soda. I
just remember Litha liking the Squirt.
I was going to say, that is probably my wife's, one of her favorite sodas is a Squirt. There was just no way to say that without Guardian down. I'm probably about to say something, but it is what it is. I think probably, let me look. Oh, and everybody, if they need the links to all these things and stuff, there is the link right there.
Look at those links.
Got those right there. We've got a whiskey coming up in just a little bit. That's 2 calls I need to make. I know. The second phone call. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you all these phone calls, Guardian Down. It's good to see you though. Root beer, definitely the favorite. Grape soda is probably my second one in there.
Yeah. Orange too. I think they do an orange.
The orange. Oh my God, the Orange Dream. I think those are my three favorites. So the Orange Dream, the grape, and the root beer. And these are really good too. I would, if I saw any of these, which again, I know you'd found some of them at the local
Ace Hardware.
Yeah, Ace Hardware. Like, so there's some other random places. Their market is getting a little bit wider with different things. I would definitely, pick any of these up if I was finding those at those places. But yeah, the grape, the Orange Dream, and the root beer are just so delicious. It's nuts. Also, just love a basic Pepsi sometimes. Cactus Cooler.
That was on. We looked up one of the sites you looked up last week. Had Cactus Cooler as one of their offerings.
Was it
RC?
That was
looking up RC.
No, that was the Keurig Dr Pepper.
Okay,
because we were reading through all of those things, and that's actually one of their brands is Cactus Cooler. Yeah, good memory on that.
Yeah, about that.
Say the mind is the first thing to go, and I can't remember the second thing, whatever it is. I don't know if I've ever actually had Cactus Cooler. What is that exactly?
Kind of like orange pineapple. It's this weird sort of.
Oh, okay.
Oddly, interestingly, yeah. Okay, orange pineapple.
Okay, I would try that. Maybe we'll have to look at that for a future podcast.
Cactus Cooler.
What are you mixing there, gin? What are you gin, rum? What are you? Oh wait, what are you putting in your Cactus Cooler?
Huh? Yeah, probably rum.
Man, this would be a good ice cream float. A scoop of vanilla ice cream in there. Oh my. Or
more sugar.
The Orange Dream with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we
talked
about that.
Get out of town. Someday, I think HJ has mentioned it before. Somebody's like, "Why don't you just have a pint of vanilla ice cream? You keep talking about this shit. Have a pint of vanilla ice cream."
Oh, this bourbon would be great for the thing of vanilla ice cream.
I would do it for you. That should become our little thing. Does it vanilla ice cream?
Does it? Yeah.
Does it vanilla ice cream?
Test it.
Oh my God. More ideas. I think we should do that. That could even be a shirt. Does it vanilla ice cream? This is scoop of ice. The scoop of ice cream is our logo on the ice cream scoop, like on the ice cream itself. And like a little
on a cone or something. Yeah,
it's not a bad idea. We getting the wooski when it comes up. Wait, we getting the wooski? The wooski when it comes put for a review. Yeah, we could put a little wooski in there. Delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, it does remind me of amaretto though.
Yeah,
it's got that.
The amaretto cherry, like kind of. A little more amaretto in the nose and then cherry in the taste, or at least to me, like cherry in the taste. Kaya, how's it going? Good to see you. Didn't see the Oh, it was a Ric Flair. Gotcha. Now I get the reference. Completed any shows lately? Have you started anything new? I know New Girl, you finally kicked to the curb. You finally finished that one.
Yeah. I forgot.
You suffered through the rest of it and finished.
Last night I was having a hard time getting to sleep and I turned on Frasier. And it was one with Zooey Deschanel's in one. She plays Roz's.
Oh, God. And she's so annoying.
So, I know. I was like, wait, was she? Oh, yeah, she was in one.
Aren't those the same clothes you were last night? We haven't gone to bed yet. Or like, because they're like up late. And she's like, all right, well, the concert starts at 11 or whatever. Like, doors open at 11. I think they go on at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Like when the shows start.
What have I? No, we did. So since we got our new phones, we've got now 3 months free of Apple Plus TV. So we can start watching those.
What's going to be your first one? What are you going to go to? You got Lasso to finish? I forget. Did you finish?
No, we finished Lasso.
Okay, Lasso, you're done with. Severance, obviously.
Shrinking, I've heard good things about.
Shrinking,
the studio.
Mythic Quest was fun.
Mythic, that's the Rob.
That's Rob McElhenney. Yeah, the video game.
No, there's a lot of things there, but
you're going to be busy.
Yeah, we'll be just plop right in front of the TV and
just finished Detroit Become Human. Oh my God, it was such a good game. I've heard overall that it was pretty good. That has Mr. Krabs in it too. Video game with
Mr. Krabs.
But it's actually his. It's because it's like motion cap, so it's his video capture of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is his name?
Not. It's like Dewey. No, maybe that was his.
Dan Dubonnet. Clancy Brown.
Clancy.
There we go. Yeah.
He was in Buckaroo Banzai.
He was?
Yeah. You've seen Buckaroo Banzai?
Like once or twice.
Oh, you should revisit. It's crazy and funny. And
someone crying.
That's that.
Yeah.
But
I think I remember the time I watched it, be like, what?
He's one of the guys in Peter Weller's like gang of heroes. He's actually, well, a spoiler alert, but I won't say anything. But yeah, he's in that.
Got the ending where all the main folks live. Nice. Those are always fun, how all the branching stuff can kind of fit together. I saw, speaking of Peter Weller, I saw a video. I don't even know how to really describe it, but it was RoboCop, and he was RoboCop.
Right.
And someone had edited together. I don't even know if I should describe it. It was an edit of RoboCop, so it was like when he's having one of his dreams, and he's kind of like moving around a little bit. It was edited back and forth with a gerbil was drinking out of a metal water thing.
Okay.
So it was just going back and forth of that, and so it was like that was RoboCop business.
Because
the gerbil's going down. So it's making the little water noise, and this gerbil's just tick, 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 and then it would cut back to RoboCop going like. And then at one point,
ease his pain.
At one point, the gerbil really went for it, and they I was like, "This is who thought of this? This is so dumb." And for it to come across my timeline, they knew what I needed to see. Apparently, I was just like, "This is ridiculous." Oh man, I don't know if they saved her off the show too. Yeah, it was just silly.
Did you ever watch or listen to the Amy Poehler with their Philly Justice? Did you ever listen?
No,
to that
I haven't
one?
listened to that yet.
Right.
No, I should have put that on today when I was doing.
Well, that's probably one
things.
You want to watch though too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess up until a point, you don't need to watch it until like the end when they bring it, because then they show the.
Okay.
They actually show the.
Are you
clip.
watching them on YouTube?
Actually, on the Spotify app.
Oh, can you watch the videos?
You have the option.
Oh, that's cool.
You can do audio or you can do video. You can go back and forth. Yeah.
There's a great photo online of someone who took a photo with Peter Weller at a convention, and they were wearing a T-shirt that says, "Remember RoboCop shot that dude in the dig." That would be a good little like shot. That would be pretty funny. Oh man. All right. Well, we have met our soda sugar caffeine quotient for the show, the soda quota for the evening. Thank you once again to Sprecher for sending us the delicious sodas as usual.
Thank you, Sprecher.
Thank you. More in the future, I am sure. We are going to hit the hard stuff. This is a rye whiskey. It is finished in port barrels from Cedar Ridge, the winery. Are you familiar with them at all?
I am not.
Okay. They're out of this place they're out of Iowa. It is one of Iowa's first distillery. Huh. They are another distillery that is like Frey Ranch, which we absolutely love. It's grain to glass.
Oh,
they grow their own corn, then mash, ferment, distill, age, bottle, all on production, all on the site. So a lot of the aging that they do is from actually their wine barrels that they use for their wine. And so
they make wine in Iowa?
I don't. Maybe that place may not be in Iowa. Okay, that part I don't know, but it is part of that same
Cedar
company,
Ridge.
and they're using their barrels.
Have you had anything from Cedar Ridge before?
I have not.
Okay,
I have not. So the reason I got this one is because the same people who I had seen recommend the Westward whiskey.
That's right,
and it was fantastic, and trusted that. This is another one where they had it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so." I was like, "All right, let me see if I can actually order it," and I could, which was nice. So that was why I bought this, based on as I call them, the old man and the kid. Their SLB drinks, SLB Bourbon Bar is actually the name of the YouTube channel, like I said. But their recommendations, at least the older, the dad that's on there, the older gentleman, like I said, his are usually very similar. He likes the American single malt stuff, likes a lot of the bourbons and things. So
the old man and the kid.
We will trust them until they're wrong.
Okay, well, they're one for one.
Corn wine. The themes in Detroit Become Human were very moving. Definitely hit me in emotional, social trauma feels. I have heard that. I have also heard some things were not handled great in there, but I have not played it. So at some point when I play it, I will decide for myself. But yeah, I know when it originally came out, it was kind of like another one of those type of situations where they maybe didn't go as deep as they could have, or were a little bit too surface with some of their feelings of outcast and everything else that goes on in that game. But it'd definitely be an interesting one to play for sure. Yeah. All right. Let's take a break, and we will go get some glasses, have a quick little snack, and when we come back, we will try like I said, it is port cask finished straight rye whiskey.
We'll actually just rinse these out and use these.
Just use, yeah, exactly. Well, that'd be a lithophore.
Cold disco.
Gotta be a montage.
I need a montage.
When you're going from zero to a hero, you gotta need a montage. I need a montage. It's still my favorite part from, there's a couple of favorite parts from that movie, from Team America World Police. that I quote often is the one where it's like, I can't remember what the lead up to it is or what he exactly says, but he's like, because he's like this, that, and the other. But if you don't like that, Gary, there's the door. Okay, bye. And he just like the guy they're offering him that, like all this stuff, like, oh, you can save and do all this. He's like, but if that's not of interest to you, there's the door. Like where they're expecting you to be the hero, and he's like, okay, bye. And he just leaves. That one, and then also that terrorist is trying to signal us.
What kind of a man is Gary Johnson? Let me tell you. Okay.
Everyone has AIDS. Grandpa and my dog old blue. Oh man. All right, but we digress. Beverage we've got here, Cedar Ridge Port Cask finished straight rye, 105 proof. I like that proof.
105. Okay.
I like
recommended by the old man and the son. You said?
Old man and the kid.
Oh, and the kid.
Yeah, okay. I think he's actually like his stepson. I think. Okay. Not 100%. I think that's what's going on. But yeah, like so there it's always entertaining. It's always entertaining. Sometimes frustrating, sometimes entertaining. No, it's mostly entertaining. I like
the old man and the kid.
I watch them. But anyway, they had mentioned about he really loves the American single malts. They talked about Westward whiskey, and that was where I first got a couple bottles from there. Then we fell in love with their stuff and think it's absolutely awesome.
Very good.
Definitely should check them out. And then the next one, I don't know how this one came up within a few weeks, and I made a note of it. And then recently I was like, oh, I should look and see if they have that. Was able to order it. I want to say, so this one I think was cheaper, but then I had to pay shipping. So it still wound up being around $80, I think. Okay. But I think this one is only like 60 or 65.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. Like I said, if it has changed, maybe I'll take a look. But does it say it down there? There it is, $60. Okay. So it was $60, but I remember shipping being, and it was one of those things where if I had ordered more, but I didn't want to order a bunch of other ones. I was like, oh, I don't know about this one yet, and still don't, because as you can see, it was a fresh pop. We opened it just now.
Could be a little hot, even hotter.
Who knows? A little bit. I was not as worried at the 105, but you never know. Never know. It is a rye, so you would think there'd be some spice there. I'm hoping the port finish, like I said, we've liked like the Caribbean cask or whatever. Remember from Angel's Envy, we liked that one because that was a rye, but then it had that nice like that rum finish, like I said, that kind of sweetness that they added to it.
Caribbean cask, and there's a song.
I'm hoping some more of the Caribbean cask. So I'm hoping again some of that port comes through, some fruit, some shit. Like that's what's in my head. That's what I'm looking for. In here, very nice dark color. That is very dark.
Oh yeah, yeah. The more orangey brown, a little darker, the darker color of bourbon.
Yeah. So it says, Cedar Ridge Distillery embraces its heritage of winemaking with its limited release. Aged straight rye whiskey moves to a second cask finish where it's which is freshly emptied estate port wine casks. Only when our Midwest climate has deemed these barrels ready to bottle. From the head distiller Murphy Quint blends a small batch of barrels to create this special release.
We're gonna need a bigger barrel.
Maybe.
Oh,
it's
not
very
Captain
possible.
Quint.
12%. Quint. Yeah, 12% corn, 85% rye. 3% malted barley.
That's not straight. They can call it that.
I forget what there must be like a percentage convention in there or something like that.
100% rye.
When people do that, that seems like that would be, I don't know. Seems like you'd need something else, but.
Ooh, still, that's a little hot though, still. There's some good, there's caramel. I'm getting some things from it.
Okay.
I'm getting a little caramel, a little like caramel sweetness. Almost a little chocolate or toffee or something in there too. Not chocolate, toffee.
Toffee? Yeah, I think 100%. Yeah, getting toffee.
And a little fruit.
Toffee, caramel. Definitely getting a little of that. But yeah, there's nice little cherry fruit kind of coming through there, like the port. That's a very nice. It's like a lot of deeper, heavier aromas.
Yes.
Like I said, for me,
yeah,
like the toffee is probably one of the lightest things in there, but even that is kind of a little bit more.
Little bit of
a little wood in there too, a little oak.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little smoke, a little
smoky
oak.
wood, something in there.
That's a really nice nose.
That's Smoky Joe Wood.
Let that sit for like maybe another second there. But yeah, good. Like I said, obviously the turnaround time was pretty. I've had this for a few weeks now. Like I said, the shipping turnaround time was fine. I like what most of these things, it seems like, I'm sure everybody that's shipping things in bottles and distillers are using. It's this really, like, I think we've talked about it. It's like this, it's not bubble wrap. It's like this really hard plastic shell
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's like a bunch of like two air tubes. So it's like just kind of floating almost in there.
Oh yeah.
But it's real like you could not like punch it. Like there's no way unless the bottle itself was already like cracked in some fashion or someone smashed the entire thing all the way through. Like it's going to make it like it's really good packaging. Like I said, a lot of different distilleries and shippers are using that now, which is nice. Yeah, that toffee note is really nice. The toffee it almost is a little like the toffee, like it's a little like nutty with that too. Like you're almost kind of getting
Yeah. There's a lot of good. Definitely, the aroma is very promising. I mean,
let's see if it keeps its promise.
That's right. Do not lie to us.
Some single guys that packaging and Vaseline is a night out. It could be, or night in, more like it. The night in. Good spice on the front of the tongue there.
Definitely good spice. The nut is almost walnut to me, which is not the most flavorful nut, but still has a distinct flavor. But that's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely good. Like I said, rye spice. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit of the fruit. Maybe on some subsequent sips might get a little bit more there, but it's nice viscosity to it too. Like there's a good body to it.
Yeah.
Which you would hope from something getting double aging like that, especially in port barrels. Secondary a finish.
Moves to a can. Okay. Did it have a year? How many years? Did it say?
Maybe not.
No, it's just when the climate deems ready.
I guess, yeah.
So it could be anywhere from 0 to.
I don't know why somewhere I thought I'd seen 4 or 5 years, but I don't see anything on here. So I'm not. Cedar Ridge, if you happen to be watching, like I said, how long do you age this? Finished in the State Port Wine Cask. Release number 2.
So is this a fairly new distillery then?
No, they've been. What did I say? 2005.
Oh, okay. Oh, 2005. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they do rum and brandy and other things there, huh?
Yeah.
Lost Pirate rum. Arr.
Available in Iowa only. They do a vodka. Unfortunate. Can't all be perfect.
That's right.
Do a gin.
Okay.
Get a tour. Book an event. All those things available at the website. All the things available at the website. I don't know. Have that. I just have that link on every one of those pages. I really like that nose.
Spicy caramel nut. Something going on.
Definitely
a little fruit.
Definitely less spice on the second sip. I'm almost getting something. Maybe it's because of the rye. There's a little something because of the wood, the little bit of smoke. It's got a little bit of a scotchy kind of thing going on. It's not peaty.
Yeah.
But there's something in there. It's probably more kind of the wood that's wrapped in that flavor. Like I said, it's kind of coming through and it's making me think of that.
I'm not getting a lot of like the port wine. That would make it either fruitier or sweeter. There'd be some.
Could be the sweet. Could be the sweet that's in there. Could be the walnut. I guess maybe a little bit in there.
Yeah, I guess
too.
It could be.
Trader Joe's trip on Saturday. Let's go, Lucky.
Got to pack up. That's like a 2-hour event for you, I think, right?
A 2-hour tour.
A 2-hour tour.
He's probably going there on his way to ProCon.
Oh, when are your tickets? When do you fly out?
2026.
Oh, okay. So you're getting. I think you said that last year.
Trader Joe's is the best.
He's the best.
Shark, how's it going? I had water Malone. Oh, that's a good idea for a drink. Post Malone's favorite drink is water Malone. Water Malone. Trader Joe's, it's on the way. Are there bumper stickers that say that? Yeah, the aroma to me is like an 8, and the flavor is like a 7. Like it just kind of drops down just a little bit for me because I would like to have gotten some of that fruit in there. And again, we just opened this. This might be something I either revisit throughout the week and if there is like a big change, maybe we'll sip it again next week, like really quick, just as like, hey, let's just try this again quick.
Every morning revisit it.
Yeah, I mean, every morning I pour it on my cereal, of course.
Yeah.
But all of those things, like I said, it's good to kind of recognize that it is going to definitely can change, and it's not necessarily a proof thing. Just once it's opened up, gotten a little bit of oxygen, sometimes some of those other flavors can come through. Initially, not that you can't tell if you like something when you fresh pop, but like I said, it does make a difference. Initially,
when you said 8 on the aroma, I was thought, I might go higher on that, but I think 8 is the right spot.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, like it's a little borderline, but yeah, I think it's like 8, and like I said, the other one's just like a 7. So I think it's really good, especially for that. If I could order this for the price and not have to pay shipping, and could get this for $60, I think this is worth every penny of $60. I think this is a really good value for that bottle, for the flavor profile, and especially if it gets better, that might change my mind if the shipping. But then having to pay the extra shipping, that would probably be like, oh, I'll try. I would try other things from them for sure. Like it's definitely exciting enough that it's that good. Elote corn chips and those dark chocolate Reese's knockout. I know those. What are those called?
There you go.
What are the
dark chocolate peanut butter cups?
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, that's the porter we had.
I know, but it's not called like Trader Raphael's.
No, dark chocolate peanut butter cups.
Trader Jose's peanut butter cups. No, okay.
No.
Given where Lucky lives, everything is on the way from where he lives.
The elote corn chips kind of taste a little bit like a Cool Ranch Dorito. They are very good.
Oh, that does sound good.
They are very good.
Do you buy those for yourself?
I have bought them. I haven't recently, but yeah, I have no problem buying them. Just have to.
Paco is job ranting, but I'm sure she says hello. Hi, Paco, if you are listening. Good to see you. I'm glad things are going well.
It's funny. You mentioned the number 8 as your rating for the nose. Do you ever watch Family Feud? Somewhere along the line.
Somewhere. Oh, yeah.
So
it's time to play the Feud.
They have reruns on, so sometimes at night we'll just have them on as we're maybe playing a game or something. And the last 3 episodes that we've watched, like when they do the final feud, and they're like, on a scale of 1 to 10, blah, 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 blah. And they're looking for a number between 1 and 10. The highest answer has been number 8 the last 3 times. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk do most men say they get at their wedding?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the last 3 times, the number 1 answer has been 8. The last 3 times I've watched it.
Wonder what that is.
Oh,
there's something about society.
Yeah.
I like them Inca corn nuts. Are you familiar with that?
Well, if you like corn nuts, they're very good. Yeah, they're a little bigger. Corn nut. But yeah, I like corn nuts. They're quite
it's a good
tasty.
Snack.
Yeah.
I haven't had corn nuts in a while.
Yeah, that's like something that takes me back to like my youth.
That's twice.
The corn nuts in the vending machine.
Vending machine corn nuts and the soda we had earlier. Like this takes me back to.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Mountain Dew
keeps reliving the glory days.
That's right.
Girls, glory days.
All right,
I'm gonna have some corn nuts, glory days,
and
a
some
Sprecher.
Dew.
Sack of corn nuts, dump in some Tapatio, shake them up. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
You read that wrong. That sentence could go bad real quick. They could dump in some Tapatio, have some corn nuts.
Sounds like a story.
Shake them up.
I took a dump in Tapatio once.
I spent a week there one night.
I spent a week there one night.
It does sound like a story.
The
nose might be moving up a little bit. Like the nose is definitely very, very good. Like I said, I love that. The toffee, the little bit of, like I said, that darker fruit in there. Like I said, that fortified wine, that port coming through is nice. The toffee.
I think once the alcohol goes away, that heat, I think once that dissipates a little bit more, that it'll be even better. But I mean, because at first I thought, well, that's 8's a little low. And I thought, no, we've had some other 9s and 10s, and I don't think this necessarily is on par with those. But, 8's nothing to...
No, that's good. I rebuy 8s. I would rebuy an 8. That should be.
I rebuy 8s.
That's another shirt. I'd rebuy an 8. What does that mean? I would purchase an 8 again.
I would, It is great. Yeah.
If you get that in the middle, though, there's something there that almost says like single malt or Scott. There's something in there that
you can hit me with another little bit there.
Sure.
Please. And yes, there is a little something in there that is, maybe it's the water in Iowa,
could be
Swisher, Iowa. That
corn.
It's the corn that makes it good.
Yeah, it's the wood that makes it good. Yeah, I need to watch. We were talking about shows, like I said, Andor. Now I need to watch because that's like fully out, so I need to watch that.
That's probably what though, Disney Or
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah.
That's, I think, my next move. That was a Kenny Rogers Roasters reference.
Yeah,
exactly. Yep. It's the wood that makes it good.
It's the wood that makes
Kenny.
it good.
No, I love broccoli.
Yeah.
You wouldn't eat broccoli if it's deep fried in chocolate sauce.
Vile weed.
No, he tastes it. Yeah. Vile weed. Honey mustard. Honey mustard. He takes a shot of honey mustard.
That's not going to be good for business.
It's not going to be good for anyone. Sister worked at one of those in high school, and she's a vegetarian. Ooh, that must have been exciting. I mean, you get to work when you can. That must have been interesting. Was she constantly just pushing the side dishes? She's like, you don't want the chicken. Yeah. How about some potatoes?
How about the...
Speaking of that, we went to Costco last weekend, and we always go to their like little fresh, like the in-house made stuff, because we always get rotisserie chicken or whatever, and we always go to that.
Oh yeah, you got to get the rotisserie chicken.
It's
a crazy deal.
They keep it that price.
I'm sure it's just one of those lost leader, as they say, things that
probably
bring people in, and then you buy other stuff. So
we always get one or two of them, because it's like you break those down and get several meals, a little bit for the dogs and stuff like that. But yeah, those are fantastic. But anyway, in that back section, they always have some things they keep. I wish they would bring back. They used to have these Chicago deep dish pizzas that were fantastic.
In the fresh, yeah, they don't have any kind of pizzas anymore there.
No, they do now. Fresh. Well, when we were there the other day, they did. They actually had, it was like, they've had a margarita pizza sometimes. They'll have the pepperoni sometimes. And then they had one that was like, it almost looked deep dish, but it wasn't, like, because it was like wider and a little square. But I think it had sausage and pepperoni. It was like a 3 meat maybe or something.
In the fresh section or the frozen?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because we were looking around.
But it definitely rotates, because they're not there all the time.
Okay.
They used to have where you would turn the corner and they had all their pizza, like those fresh pizzas. Yeah. But now that's like, we get, oh my God, they have these pickles there that are delicious. So you get those, or like these pickle like wedges that you put on sandwiches. And oh my gosh, so good. Anyway, sorry, I've sidetracked myself 4 times. Costco's amazing. Purchase at Costco. But anyway, we go to the back to that fresh section, and they have like the ones where they've got the like stuffed peppers. Like, have you seen that before? Like those other things. They had one that we got, and I'm sure it was just a side, but I was like eating it with some other thing. It was like, I was kind of almost eating as a main thing. They had a loaded baked potato salad.
Oh my God, that sounds delicious.
So good.
Wow.
I would say the only thing I would not like, it maybe had a little bit too much of the mayonnaise, like whatever the mayonnaise binder, like they could have used just a little bit less of that. Like, not that it made it bad, but it was like, okay, it was a little bit extra. But it was delicious, because it was like cheese. The bacon was like, it was like a more of like a smoky bacon with the cheese, and I think there was some egg in there too. But it was like it was so.
That sounds very good.
It was ridiculous. Like, yeah. But that's probably one of the better new things. But yeah, they used to have that was delicious. They used to have another dish that was like, it was like pasta, like shells, and I think it was some sort of maybe spinach and tomatoes, and then it was pieces of sausage in there too. That was delicious. Wow. They haven't had that for like a little bit. Yeah, some of our staples have gone away. I don't know what obviously it must be based on selling. There's like a quinoa thing that my wife gets too that's actually not too bad. It's like some sort of mixed salad, but it's got, all the things that you would be like, these are safe. And I actually think it's not too bad with the little dressing that they give. Like, I'll definitely I'll put this on the side. I need to eat something good and healthy, but that's also pretty good too. But it's like, you get so much of it, and it's fresh, so you kind of have to eat it. Yeah. I get sick of those things sometimes, because it's like, I feel guilty because I don't want, like, we're not going to waste it. We're not going to waste it, but like you buy those, and it's like, you feel like you have to eat it like 3-4 days in a row. Like, I am so
because it's a big,
thankfully the loaded baked potato, like that one wasn't too much. Like I said, it was, like I said, between me and my son, we ate it within a couple days, but that was pretty good. The real question is salt on watermelon or even the tahini. I have heard there's a couple things where if you put different things on water, it completely changes the flavor. Have you seen these like challenges? And I think is salt one of them. Like, one person was like mayo, like there's, and not for the worst, like actually, because that sounds gross. But like, there was something you put on there, and it's like, oh my God, it doesn't taste like watermelon anymore. It tastes like X. Like,
I like tahini, and Trader Joe's has a spice. It's like a chili lime seasoning, which essentially is tahini, and I love it. When we get fresh watermelon, I put that on all the time
on the watermelon.
But then you have to like that, because like my son, my wife, they like are not. There's very few things my son does not like. Yeah, food wise,
he's really good with that.
He does not like tahini though.
That's interesting. I don't like seek it out, but it's fine. Yeah, it really does, and it's amazing. Yeah. So is it salt that makes it like really different, Shark, or is it? Like, is it one, or is it the tahini, like I said, in it, and not just like those two flavors together? Like, there's something where they were doing a challenge where like people will be like, because I've seen even too where people, it's like dipping Oreo and mayonnaise. Like, there's different like weird things that sound absolute, and then people taste them and like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I don't know, like I've wanted to write some of those down, but I don't. You ever want to punch a day in the face? Welcome to my Thursday crocodile. No, I hate it.
My wife was having a day like that today too. So, and I was listening to her talk to several of her team members, and it seems like they were all having a Thursday they wanted to punch in the face. So I will tell her that when I get home that she definitely was not alone. That extended outside of her work realm. So,
oh my gosh. Yeah, sometimes there's just those days when it feels like, and not that she was having this, but like when you were working, you're like, is everyone conspiring against me right now just to be either irreparably stupid, or just like throwing themselves under the bus for no reason, and just like you've had those days, you're like, what is going on? Mercury and retrograde or all that kind of stuff.
A lot of times it happens it's a full moon, but I don't know about today. So
salt on watermelon does make it juicier because it draws the moisture in the fruit. That makes sense. Like I said, yeah, maybe it was the tahini that makes like the big change. So do you think it is a flavored like?
It definitely, because
you're tasting
change it, but you're tasting that.
Okay,
and but it's it's good because it's got the spice, and then you've got that the
like
lime,
chili,
the chili,
in there.
So you've got that all going on in there. So
Sounds
it's
good.
very good. Yeah, I remember watching
mixed drink with that. Those two things.
Alton Brown. Well, yeah, you could put it on the rim.
Yeah, which I know a lot of people do that with
for margaritas and things. But
you say Alton Brown.
I remember Alton Brown once he took grapefruit, cut it in half, and then put sugar on it, and then torched it. And I always thought that looked really good because grapefruit's got that more bitter, but then you add that sweet, and then
was it brown sugar or regular?
cane sugar? I think it was just regular sugar that he then browned with the.
He Altoned
it. Yes.
Ever had a deep fried Twinkie from a state fair? No, but I would.
Talking about a dessert treat and not a. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely a dessert treat.
Hey, you're my little deep fried Twinkie.
Oh, man. That was lucky stage name in college.
Deep fried Twinkie.
That's right. It's one of those Nebraska names. Maybe possibly too invested in the Planet Crafter game. Ooh, I like it when people get invested. Schnooky Lumps. Is that a name for something? Please tell me that's a beer name.
Or a cookie? It's a dessert. Well, today we have some ice cream, we have some lemon meringue pie, and we have our freshly baked Schnooky Lumps. Oh, okay.
That would also be a good stage name.
Oh,
that's my nickname for Lucky Schnooky Lumps. It's so funny, like, because I hadn't had anything, to drink today at all or whatever. So that first sip was just like the spice that hit the front of my tongue. I was like, oh my God, you really have to almost not pay attention to that first sip. Because second, like, I'm not getting any of that overwhelming. Like I said, now it's just all of the other flavors we've been talking about that, like, there for like a split second. And then it just, goes away. Like I said, so many times, like, you can't really make that judgment. You always got to take at least a couple sips when it comes to a spirit. For the most part, unless it's something that's just out of this world amazing. Sometimes you don't. But
now at that price, if you found this at Total Wine, you're not paying for shipping. Are you making a cocktail with this? And if so,
that's a good question.
What are you making?
I mean, my initial thing, like on that, whenever it starts to get pricier, like I then want 100% for that booze to be the star of the show. And I really want it to be this. So it's like, again, I know it's probably the easy answer. It's probably old fashioned for me. Like I would go that. I would play into, like, I have a black walnut bitters. I would probably play into that.
Oh, the walnut.
Because we were getting a little bit of the walnut out of there. Like you mentioned, I'd probably use that. You could still like use that with some like Pashard's bitters or whatever, however you say it. I don't know why. That's one of those like Worcestershire. Like I always have to say really fast. Because I don't think I'm going to say it right. But anyway, that classic bitter, like you could do like a little bit, like maybe one shot of that just to add some of the spice. And then a couple dashes, I should say dashes of, not a shot. That would be a lot of bitters. Or a very big cocktail. You never know. But yeah, like I said, a couple dashes of that with the black walnut bitters, maybe agave nectar or brown sugar for your sugar in there too, kind of keep with some depth there. Or you could go with something that might add a little bit of light. I don't know. Do you have an idea of something that you would maybe do that with?
Probably the old fat. My initial thought, because it's a rye, was the Manhattan. Mm-hmm. But then I might even pull back a little bit on the sweet vermouth.
You could do that too.
And just accentuate that a little bit more. So maybe make it
just draw that back just a little bit. My nickname in high school was the Reverse Flash because when I was around, guys and girls would keep their shirts on. Oh my God. That is the reverse right there. Planty, it is good to see you.
Hi,
good
Planty.
Evening. How are you? Maybe some honey. Yeah, honey would be a good... I need to take the honey I have because it doesn't... Like, I need to make like a honey syrup out of it and just water it down just a little bit because using straight. I tried to use that the other night because I was in a hurry and I was like, oh, that just does not mix very well because it's just so.
Oh,
thick.
the honey.
Like,
yeah.
I've got to make some honey syrup out of what I got. My nickname growing up was T-Bone, as my name is Torrin, and one of my best friends kept on calling me T-Bone, and it stuck. There you go. Yeah. That's always. I thought it was because you got into these car accidents.
Yeah. Or you're a big steak lover.
Yeah,
could be that too.
It's too thick. Yeah, it is just too thick. Doing well, and it's good. Planning going good. We just enjoyed a few beverages this evening. Enjoyed a couple things from Sprecher Brewery, the Mountain Sprecher and the Doctor Sprecher.
Wait, wasn't Planty's? Wasn't it different there?
Oh, they changed it again.
Okay. All right.
Will it be this way in 55 more days?
Yeah, I know.
It's like me, too thick. Gotta water it down just a little bit. Steak is disgusting. I cannot stand it. Sorry, I didn't think that would be what would finally get you banned, brothers. Thought it would be something else, but I'm sorry, you're out of here. I'm just kidding. Wow. You're wrong, but that's fine. New name, same drama. This week on the CW.
That's right.
Plantysaurus. New name, same
drama. Tune in.
Oh, man. But yeah, I had a couple things from there, and then now we are just for final beverage of the evening enjoying some Cedar Ridge Port Cask finished straight rye.
So we had an upper Midwest theme today.
We did, actually, unbeknownst to myself.
Michigan
right there.
And Iowa.
Yeah, and this can be shipped to most of the major states, so that's nice.
Not Pascut.
You're wrong. Moving right along. Yeah, we'll move on from that. You're wrong. You can have your opinion. It's incorrect.
You couldn't be more wrong. Wait, no.
What are you thinking about for next week? Do you have any ideas?
Oh, my goodness.
It's been 2 weeks in a row. I've done the heavy lifting.
It all. Yeah.
I've done the lifting, which...
I got some stuff in my fridge I probably better get rid of.
I don't want to do podcasts based on things Keith wanted to get rid of out of his fridge.
I need to get rid of.
Oh, my God. Maybe go into your wine cellar and look for something in there that you can just like pull.
Yeah, I'll see what's in there. You want to do another Pliny the Elder? No, I'm just kidding.
Just keep doing Pliny.
It's older now.
I mean, you can keep giving them to me. I'll drink them.
Just like us, even older.
That's right. Been a fun ride. Let me go into my corner and cry.
Let me see what I have. I will have to. I'll not a beer that's past its prime. But I'll find something that's worthy.
Is this still drinkable? That's our new. Is this drinkable?
Keith's going deep into the fridge.
God.
Actually, I probably should. Actually, for something good, actually, though.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
No, I'll let's see. I'll see. This is the only, lately I'm only drinking on Thursdays, so I'll bring something fun. So.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple cocktails, and we do need to do a cocktail at some point. I bought that Fee Brothers, the stuff that you can substitute in for the egg whites.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to probably do a cocktail we've had before.
The Carajillo. Oh, wait.
Oh, God. Actually, what's funny is Berserker in KGB in chat, I had to send him the recipe, and he was making some of them at home, and then he went out somewhere and had them make a Carajillo. So he got on the Carajillo kick too, and he was sending me pictures really of one that someone made for him, and it actually had like a little drawing in the top and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, that was a fancy place. But yeah, is this palatable? Yeah, exactly. Should we drink this?
Yeah, that's right. How old is it?
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I think if we were going to test that out, we probably should try something we've had before, right? Wouldn't that make sense, I guess? Like I said, that's egg white substitute.
Oh, yeah.
If we did that in a new drink and it was for that, we wouldn't know what it's really...
Well, how many drinks have we had that need egg whites?
We've done like 3 or 4 different ones. There's an amaretto one. There's a couple other random ones that we've tried that have had like an egg white in there. Okay. So... You can always do one of those and just see what it is. Like I said, I just bought some fresh eggs. I guess the real thing to do would be to compare.
Oh, yeah.
Do a blind tasting.
Guess the expiration date.
Guess the expiration date. Oh, God. I think I need to have a good steak somewhere to better enjoy because my family literally cooks steaks. Yeah, see, so that's the problem. And that's totally fine. I'm glad you were admitting that right now. Because if they are cooking it to that, don't ask my brother how he wants the steak cooked, but if you're cooking it that way.
Don't ask me.
They're cooking it incorrectly. Anything past medium, they have literally destroyed it. I'm just saying. You're not getting any of the flavor out of it. You've ruined it.
All the flavor
you still may not like it, which is totally fine, but it's like what we all... Yeah, food... It's a steak. It's not ground up. It's fine. The rare is the... Yeah, I'm a medium rare person. Like I said, I usually go medium rare. Do you eat sushi?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Foodborne illnesses? Like you're not cooking that either.
Oh, absolutely. More foodborne. Yes, of course.
That's where it comes down to freshness.
I usually don't.
You're
go
not
with
eating
the,
gas station sushi. I'm not eating a gas station steak. That's how it goes.
The steak that just cooked under the heat lamp. That's all the heat it got.
It's on those rollers.
Yeah.
It's just going around. That's the grossest thing I've ever had. Oh my God.
Somebody's got to clean out the blood tray. Oh my. Okay.
Just someone under there drinking it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just terrible.
That's good though. I like that.
I like it.
I like it.
What do you think of that, Veggie Boy, Keith?
Now though, this is the same price almost as the Willet rye.
Oh, that's interesting.
Willet 4-year.
I haven't had a Willet in a little bit. The supply's been cut off.
No, I shop every Friday, so I'll be at Trader Joe's on Friday. Hopefully.
Do I just
hopefully
let you
tomorrow.
know my shopping list?
Gas station foie gras.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, foie gras, like that one is a
That
bridge
whole
too
thing,
far.
yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's like a bridge too far for me. But yeah, the gas station one. Red wine sushi cheers me right. Oh man, that sounds good. I do love sushi as well. I'll just give you my shopping list. I need a Pronto. Will it? I was thinking about the Pronto the other day. I was like, I'd asked him that, but he'd just gone into surgery.
No,
Keith,
you can.
Keith, I need to get.
No, you can just text me. I'll probably be tomorrow morning heading down there. So
steak tartare is pretty good. There's like I said, there's a black truffle oil steak tartare that they do at this restaurant in La Jolla that we've had before. You go there for happy hour and it's like really cheap. Like I said, that's really good. And then obviously I like the carpaccio that they do at one of the steak places here in town. It's delicious. That a little crostini with the, like I said, a little bit of the cheese and the basil shavings and everything. Prague, good to see you. How are you? Super thin steak that's supposed to be charred in the Mirad reaction. Then yes, burnt is good, but it's a thick boy steak. Medium rare is the only way to go. Pair it with a good glass of wine or bourbon and I'm set. I mean, to each their own. I can disagree with that as well. To each their own, though. You always got to be contrarian. When I come down to Arizona, you have to show me places that have a good steak. See if I enjoy it better. I will do that. I'll let you know.
He may even make you one.
I haven't cooked a steak in like forever. Patrick Arm. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, Patrick. Oh man, that was good. All right, so maybe a cocktail next week.
It came from the fridge.
Came from the fridge. Beverage steak paired with a damn good bottle of whiskey. So yeah, that is definitely the way to go.
This is gonna be worse than that time I was
that too.
Robert Lozier at the airport.
It would be.
May I have your name, please?
Robert
Lozier.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Lozier. R as in Robert Lozier. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Lozier. B as in, by God, that's Robert Lozier. E as in, everybody loves Robert Lozier. R as in, Robert Lozier. T as in, Tim, look over there, it's Robert Lozier. Space. L as in, look, it's Robert Lozier.
Oh my gosh, Robert Lozier. Kaya, thank you for the Robert Lozier redemption as always. That is a good one. If Sushi's still here, she enjoyed that, I'm sure too. What do you make of this whole drama thing with Caleb Williams that is the media firing off? Nothing. It seems like it's pretty much been squashed. Like I said, everything he said was completely correct and accurate. Should be worried about initially going to the Chicago Bears and the state of it was last year. Why you wouldn't want to go play for, Kevin O'Connell for the Minnesota Vikings over the Bears last year. I don't blame him for that either.
Yeah.
So like nothing he said was inaccurate. And I think it was initially the media, like there was like one thing that misquoted isn't the right way, but it got pulled out of context when it came to some stuff. And he talked about it the other day. It's like I said, yeah, I think I watch a lot of the Chicago media stuff and their beat writers and everything else. And it's, like I said, has been totally fine. Have a good night. Going to get ready for Game with Jav in a bit. Planty, you have a great night as well. I think that's where we're going to go with our raid as well. We're going to go say hi to Jav. So,
all right.
I have not gotten to see him in a while. He is on time. He's actually a little early.
Planty,
tonight,
thank you very much.
And
Enjoy your
Planty's
evening, everyone. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah, it's very good to see you all. Always a pleasure. Oh my God.
Now, Rebecca.
No.
Counseling people is
Oh
what
wait,
I
now I
do.
got to
we have
edit
to
this
talk
out
over this
later.
one?
No, so
We have to talk over it.
doesn't help.
Oh, I thought it helped.
No,
That's
they
fine.
still got it the last time it
Okay.
happened. Guardian down, you bastard.
I manage this
But I love
crummy
you.
bar. My career is at a standstill. I'm miserable. I'm
Bye-bye.
lonely. And now I have to sell my Mercedes.
I see. Well, I'll give you $5,000 cash and take up your payments.
6,000 firm.
Deal.
Thank you.
Damn, it's good to heal.
Because I thought at one time you got past it, right?
There was one time it didn't, but
No?
then the next time
Okay.
we did that, it didn't work.
All
so.
right.
Let me go crap
Crap.
open.
Oh my gosh, don't openly crap. Not right now.
Let me go crack open a PB&J. How about
We gotta get outta
7,000
here.
and a grilled cheese sandwich? I'll
Oh,
take $7,000 in a grilled cheese sandwich. That
Sure.
sounds wonderful. All right. Thank you guys all for being here.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much,
Have
yes.
a wonderful rest of your evening. We will see you next Thursday, right? Correct?
As far as I know.
As far as I know, is Lord willing, the creeks don't rise, or however
Good
they used
Lord
to say
willing,
that?
that's right.
Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise.
Fair to
I will be on
Midland.
tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 Eastern, for some more gaming stuff. Probably Claire Obscure, could be Destiny, could be any one of those things. You never know. But yeah, let's go say hi to Jav. He is currently playing some Claire Obscure, and then he will be diving into some more Destiny Ghosts of the Deep with Planty, who was just here in chat. So that will also be super, super nice. So go say hi to him. Make sure you're following. He is super, super nice guy. Does a lot of Destiny helps and work and kindness in the Destiny community. So please go say hi to him. Drop a follow if you've not already. But we will see you again, like I said, next week together for more beverage fun.
More beverage fun and consumption. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
We can consume.
Consumption.